Hi Scorpio, welcome to your March mid-month love reading. I went ahead and pulled out your base so I can meditate a little bit on it as I normally do. I do remember that your monthly March love reading was excellent. It was pretty good. I don't know if this is going to be a continuation of that story and that if this is your story or if I'm picking up on someone else's energy. So we're just going to go ahead and, get into this. And I do want to say thank you for all the likes and or subscriptions, guys. Sharing also is caring. So if you feel this message is for somebody who should hear, please share with them and listen to your rising and or your moon sign as it may complement this reading or resonate better with you guys. All right, so the first card I got for mid-month, and this is mid-month March to the end of March going into April. You have the Tower in reverse. So the first thing I saw was an image of watching the other shoe drop. So I get this distinct feeling, Scorpio, that you guys feel like things are going so well right now that you feel like the other shoe is going to drop. Like you just feel as if like things are going too well right now. Something's got to go wrong, which is not the case. Maybe you feel, and this is the other vibe I'm getting, because this is very much telling me about somebody that's in a relationship where things are going pretty great right now. If you're single, I'm just going to tell you right off the bat, there's somebody that is coming into your life at the end of the month, and it looks like it's a fire sign. More or less, it's an Aries, and you're going to have to make a choice regarding this person if you want them in your life. They're your age or older. They're very distinguished. They're mentorish like. They're entrepreneur, and they're a businessman. So look out for somebody like that, because it looks like in the past you've had like rocky, turbulent relationships in the past. This is somebody that's going to be really good for you guys. Okay, so let's go back to the main story here, where I see for some of you that are in a relationship where you're fearing the worst, or there's some sort of like hiccups going on right now and you guys need to just chill out. Because the following card is the Sun. The Sun sometimes talks about when you're in a relationship. If you're single, this is great omen that someone's definitely around the corner. But for those of you that are in a relationship right now where you feel things are a little rocky, it is talking about having a time out or spending some time apart or allowing your partner to breathe. Just a minute. Just a minute. Give them some space is what it talks about. The Lovers. The Lovers is you deciding between you and another partner, or you between two lovers, or making a choice between two lovers, or you and the current lover that you are with. This is a choice. We all have free will. We know this. Six of Swords. Things in the past were really shitty, and I feel for a lot of you Scorpios, this was a hard relationship to get into, and then finally got into it and things started going great. And now because they are going great, any little thing he does, Scorpio, you're like, why do you do that? Why do you say that? Why did she do that? Why did she say that? I don't get it. Why is she talking to this new person all of a sudden? What's up with these new friends? You're suspicious. But I'm here to tell you, things are definitely going into much smoother waters. In my other deck, this lady's literally on the water with somebody that's rowing the boat, and she's there with a kid. If you look at this card, it's her by herself, and she's arriving to land. So she already went through the storm. Now she's being rewarded with the calm. Page of Pentacles. Maybe you're freaking out, guys, because there's been a little bit of stagnation in your relationship. Things have been humdrum, maybe a little bit boring. Or you're afraid that you think that the relationship's been boring, or you're afraid that your partner might think that you're boring, or there's been too much stagnation in the relationship. So your partner could be just, maybe thinking about breaking up with you. I see nothing of the sort here, Scorpio. Nothing of the sort. So let me just calm you down right away. You do have the King of Wands in reverse. And usually this talks about somebody being a total douchebag. But not in this case. In this case, and it was coupled with the Emperor. So I think it was definitely just trying to tell me that you're dealing with somebody that's a fire sign, whether they're an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, or they're much, much older than you in age. They're far older than you. They're distinguished. They're older. And this is for you single folk who's coming in. He's an entrepreneur. He owns his own business. He has his own company. He makes his own money. And I say that, and it's interesting because in this card, if you look closely to this guy, he's got like a bit of a grayish beard going on. And the Emperor is the father figure of the whole entire zodiac deck. He is also the most powerful figure in the whole entire tarot deck. So somebody very powerful and distinguished. And in reverse, it definitely tells me it's an older figure that's coming in, or isn't, or this is who you're dealing with that's in your life, that he's just he's very wise and he makes judgment calls, but sometimes when he speaks out of, you know, his wisdom, and and it comes to your relationship, Scorpios, sometimes the way he goes about his procedure, which is his methodical version, his MO, to you might be suspicious, but it shouldn't be, is what I'm trying to get at. He's just trying to figure out what's best for the both of you. The Tower in reverse. Why is the Tower in reverse? Please clarify. Thank you. Wait, we have 2 cards. The Fool in reverse and Ace of Wands. Passionate new beginning. So yeah, I was saying before, if some of you are feeling stagnation, a little bit of boring because now you're settled down, some of you might be starting a passionate new beginning. Hold on, let me just close this laptop. Making way too much noise. So you don't feel like you need to break up with this person or move away from this person or move on from them, because the Tower talks about, you know, something that you're preventing from doing all of a sudden or shockingly, or feeling like the other shoe is going to drop. Like, why do you always feel like they're going to break up with you? They're not. In fact, you're going to have a passionate new beginning. And Ace of Wands is also, could be, some of you could be creating a project together or a new business together. That's something creative. And when I say something creative together, you could be, you know, designing a home together or buying furniture together or something that's artistically inclined. You could be going to art shows together. But there's something that's being reinvigorated within your relationship that's passionate and creative. And then the Fool in reverse is just telling me, you're going to hold back from doing anything spontaneous that's that would be detrimental to the relationship, is what that's saying. And that's why you also have the Tower in reverse, avoiding any crack in a foundation. So let's just keep going. The Sun. Why is the Sun here? Thank you. See if any other fell upright. No. The Page of Wands, where I told you before, you might have to take a bit of a time out or let your partner breathe, because he's not breaking up with you. He's not walking away from you. Nothing's going to fall apart. He just might need some space just to see how he could tweak the relationship or fix the relationship or make it better. Allow this to happen. You know, because I see Page of Wands. This is having immature thoughts of doing something spontaneous and crazy. And just be careful you don't do this. With the Knight of Cups in reverse, and this is maybe, I don't know if you're thinking about asking for an apology or wanting an apology from them or something like that, or you not receiving news or information you want to hear, something along those lines, but it's a little bit immature. Don't yell at me. I know you're yelling at me. But forewarned is forearmed. I'm telling you how to best coach and help you here in this matter. Because at the end of the day, it still is the Sun, which is the most positive card in the whole tarot deck. So no matter what, this is a great omen. This relationship is very, very positive. So why would the Lovers be here? Let me see this. Why is the Lovers here? Why would you need to decide? Interesting. First of all, we have Death, which is your card, the Scorpio. Here you are, boom. But we're also talking about transformation and change. So maybe something in the relationship needed to change, or something in the relationship did change. A dynamic did change. Something died off, but something new is also coming in and transitioning in. And let me tell you, the in part is the great part, because it was coupled by the Ten of Cups. This is you guys, you know, sitting around a campfire singing Kumbaya together. Happy home, happy family. The whole shebang with this lover. Because this is what is. These are the clarifiers. Scorpio, you. Death changed to old. In new. Happy family, happy home. So you're deciding if this is your forever person, aren't you? Very interesting. But it looks very positive. Six of Swords. Why is it Six of Swords here? It's still just as positive as it was for the March reading, guys. I do hope you go listen to the March reading, because the March reading is like a huge general reading of what's going on in your love life. The mid-months talks about sometimes the nitty-gritty details that you're dealing with, the minutia. Thank you. Six of Swords. We said that this is you moving forward into a better place, arriving. You have arrived. You are arriving. In the past, you might have felt out in the cold. So it was pretty hard in the past. You were having difficult times with this person. You might have given them your love offer in the past and they denied you, but now they're not. Because now we have a world. A new phase in your life. You transitioning. You are transitioning out of the old and into the new. So a new phase, a new chapter. You're coming into a new chapter in your lives. It's like as if you're discarding whatever garbage you guys had gone on through in the past, and the transitioning of the new is forgetting the past and just starting all over, which is probably also why you have this Ace of Wands right here, guys. Something passionate and new. And, you know, the passionate and new is because of maybe you guys were feeling some boredom or stagnation, or somebody in the relationship was feeling this kind of way. Page of Pentacles. Why is Page of Pentacles here? Thank you. Ugh. Queen of Pentacles. So I feel, and it was in the reverse, so this is going to be specific for very few of you Scorpios out there. Please, this isn't for all of you. This is somebody's mother figure that you're dealing with within the dynamic of the relationship. So somebody is involving mom, and something's wrong with mom. Like her health, where she has poor health, or she could be snoopy a little bit in your relationship, guys. Like she could be adding, you know, one too many cents, involving herself within the relationship, within the dynamic. You could be dealing with a Virgo, Capricorn, or Taurus. But something about this person is getting involved in your relationship, and it's just something that you've got to deal with. And she's in the negative. So there's something in the negative regarding someone's mom in the relationship. I'm getting one other message. For some of you, your mate could be talking about maybe wanting, or maybe complaining that you're too grounded or too focused, and you're maybe, and that's what they're talking about as far as boredom in the relationship. Like it can't just always be structure, let's go out and have fun. And if you're dealing with an Aries over here or a fire sign male, I can see that, because they're all about action, action, action. So maybe they're interested in just, you know, having a healthy balance in your life, and that's something you Scorpios want to deal with or think about. How to restore that balance. Why is the Emperor here with the King of Wands in reverse? Please clarify these gentlemen for me. It's definitely the person in your life, because he cannot be anything else, unless it's your boss. Unless you're sleeping with your boss. Yeah, the Hangman talks about you being in a stuck position, or in a position where you guys were stuck for a minute. You were stuck together, or you were in a stuck situation with your partner. And the Queen of Swords in reverse. And this is, again, either you're dealing with a female in your lives who could be a Gemini, Aquarius, or Libra. In the reverse, she's not nice. She's nasty. She's a nasty bitch. So there's some female in your lives where she could be a thorn in your side. Or if this is you, where, you know, you're coming off bitchy or nasty, that's something you want to avoid doing, Scorpio. I'm here because I love you, and I'm talking to you as a straight shooter, and I'm here to help you guys. And this is what we use the tarot for. We use it as a tool to help mitigate problems and guide us, right? Because right now I see an amazing relationship here, a fabulous one. Do we all have hiccups in our relationships? Of course we do. I wish there was somebody always to tell me, you know, what I can and cannot avoid. But this is, I don't feel like, maybe you are dealing with a bitch in your realm, but this is, I'm hearing for a lot of you, try not to take on that energy. where you're nagging or you're bitching or you're that, well, we have to do this and we have to do that, where, you know, a fire, if you're dealing with a fire sign energy, that fire sign wants a healthy balance. Sure, they want stability, but they also want to have a little fun. They want lighthearted situations. So just be careful how this comes across. Don't be so nervous that this person's going to leave you, Scorpio, because I don't see that happening on the table. Now, universe, angel, spirit guys, what other messages do we have for my Scorpios? Ooh. Ugh. Really, guys? Wedding? This looks like it's going into a wedding. So I don't know if you guys are, and that could be something that you're creating together, because I said you have a creative project. Maybe you're planning your wedding. Maybe you're planning your home. Maybe you're planning on how you're moving in. Some of you are leading up to a marriage. You could be, you know, arguing about the nuances of your wedding or whatever. Make sure whatever you do, please take my advice, Scorpio, you be lighthearted regarding everything up to and the marriage, the wedding in itself. The other card that you got is, Jesus, for real? Honeymoon? Enjoy the bliss of the holiday time together? I literally just breathed those words. Enjoy the honeymoon. Enjoy the honeymoon, period. Enjoy the honeymoon. Literally enjoy the honeymoon. Because these two came out together, and they weren't right behind each other. They were in the deck separately. That's insane. This is just as positive as your monthly reading. So everything seems like you're going through a honeymoon phase. Make sure you stay here and try to keep that energy. And you want to stay away from this boring, you know, humdrum feeling, or getting in the stuck situation, or, you know, having these, like, you know, the Queen of Swords, she slices and dices, but in the reverse, she goes about it in the wrong way. So you want to avoid doing that. But it is leading to wedding. And everything just is coming up roses for you, Scorpio. So please come back in April and let's see what other nuances we can get. Okay, bye, Scorpios.